This year I got to sit in back and watch the video cameras, so I got to see a lot of different things that we can do this year.
We could kind of see how they react to different scenes and how they react to different scares we have set up. When I see on the cameras, I see something's not working as predicted, I'll go into that room myself and I'll start doing different things just to see if maybe doing this thing gets a different reaction out of them compared to this thing. A big thing is catering to how they react. I mean, our main goal is to entertain. Whether that's scaring, whether that's making them laugh, whether that's just giving them a good night, to enjoy. But no matter what, no matter who comes through, we are always trying to cater to that customer. That way they have the best experience, because that's what the whole goal of the haunt is. I mean, obviously it's scary, it's a haunted house, but that being said, we're gonna do the best show that we can for each person. Alright, so I'm going to start off, first thing first. So when you guys show up on the days that we're open, I like the fact that we constantly are looking and able to find new ways to improve what we've already created and make new things based off how customers react and how our scare actors can utilize those rooms and the things we put in there.
When I go through other haunts, I just like to see what their imagination is. There's not a certain thing I like better than others. I just like to see something new, something cool. It's just that's what makes haunters haunters, because their minds are always going.
Using the chainsaw outside this year has been very, very fun. I've had people run to their cars, lock their doors, speed out of the parking lot, and even one jumped on top of their Jeep just to get away from me. Really identifying the crowd, figuring out who's going to be the best target, who's going to be not paying attention is what really determines how I slide out on someone. Now, granted, that's a technique. It's not who my character really is. It's just a tool that I can use to kind of get that extra jump out of them.
I think another one of our strengths, though, is just our ability to learn. Yeah. Like each year, no matter how the haunt season went, we always come out with so much more knowledge just from how the year went, whether that's how customers are reacting or even behind the scenes stuff, for example, how to be more efficient with that. But our capabilities, I think, to be able to learn each year and implement what we learned for years future, I think we're really strong at, because I think we've come a really, really long ways since year one.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
If you can avoid it, I would, but...
How about we try this barrier spray before?
I also got Vaseline still.
You're probably also going to want to take your glasses off.
Oh.
So I won't lie, I'm not normally a contact wearer, and I can feel this thing shift and float, and I'm like, do all of them do this all of the time? Is that something you just get used to?
You're only wearing one. Yeah, you'll get used to it. You'll forget it. Your brain will be like, oh, we don't need to worry about that anymore.
This is my 19th year of being a makeup artist. I started right out of high school. I've done makeup with haunted houses while I was still in high school. Halloween was always like the #1 holiday in my household growing up. Everyone preferred it more than any of the others because it was get dressed up and just have fun time. Get to be your weird little self and nobody's gonna question it because that's what you're supposed to do. That's actually what got me into makeup, because my mom always made all of my costumes growing up. I learned how to sew at a very young age for making costumes and doing things like that. We did a lot of stuff with the theater, and working at haunted houses when I was like 14, 15 is actually what more got me into makeup.
I like scaring grown adults. I don't like easy scares. I like working for it and catching people off guard. That's the best one. This was my first year in this room, in our little doll room. I actually really loved getting to play around with a different environment. There's 2 scare points that I used. There's this little curtain thing that separated the walls, so I would run between there, and then when they were in this room, I would usually be hiding in a corner because people couldn't tell if I was real or not. Or I would laugh, and then I would snap backwards and just make eye contact and flip back around and run at them like that.
My first time going through a haunted house, I was probably about, I'm gonna say 7 or 8. Thought I could handle it until the chainsaw actually started coming up. I dropped to my knees, I started crying. He actually had to carry me out. That is probably one of my most memorable moments in Halloween.
I used to be really scared at haunted houses, so this is my first haunted house in over 15 years, maybe 20.
Oh, wow.
Because I was really scared the last time I went, so I never went again.
I remember a haunted house where a clown was on a skateboard and came out from under a bed, shooting out at us, and it was insane. I was a little kid, and it was so terrifying.
Big change was our story room. And the whole goal of that was to make our lines and nights more efficient, which it most definitely did. We pumped people through extremely quick, but we're still able to also keep them separated, which
and they
was
still get a longer show.
Yeah. So overall, that just worked out fantastically. And the actors working that room were also telling me how much fun it was to work in that room. So it makes me very happy to know that what we actually did is the correct answer. Yeah.
It worked?
It worked. They were having fun with it. So that's really nice to see. First thing we do after the season is we start to game plan what we want to do for next year and what needs to be done. We'll lay out a whole whiteboard with a checklist of things we want to change. If we got a new area, we'll go in, we'll tear down those walls that we know won't be there. We'll get everything measured out, chalked out, get it all sketched up, and we'll typically kind of have a manager meeting as well, and we'll bring everyone in to get ideas for what we want to do with that new area.
Yeah, a few things he missed right away was, when he says we tear it apart. Yeah, we tear it apart, but we also have to have an architect come in and draw it. We have to submit that to the city so the building inspectors and the fire marshal approve it. So that's a big thing in itself, because that has to be approved before we can do anything. So that's only the main thing he missed. He did all the fun stuff. I get to do all the hard, crappy stuff. So.
I mean, when I was a kid, and I think I've talked about this previously too, but when I was a kid, my favorite thing about the trick-or-treating was more just going around and seeing all the decorations and scenes that the other houses set up. And now, of course, I don't really get to do that since we got the haunt, because we work the haunt on Halloween. But that being said, my whole favorite aspect of Halloween was being able to set up the yard and stuff, and now I just do it here in a much, much larger fashion.
When he's growing up and everything, we'd go to the lake and they'd have a Halloween thing at the lake and a hayride, and it was so much fun. And the campsite we would decorate up and make it.
Creepy camping.
We still have some of them decorations here actually. So It's just some of them we made a long time ago, and we don't get to do that anymore. I think last time I decorated the yard was 4 years ago, I think, and that was when we started this. So, yeah, we might have a pumpkin or two outside, but that's pretty much it now. And that's unfortunate, but I live out in the country now too, so
You won't get
don't
trick
have
or treaters.
they ain't gonna have trick or treaters.
Yeah.
Only trick or treaters I got at the deer, and I throw them an apple. So.
Yeah, this essentially is our Halloween now.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.